Welcome back to another episode of
Sarcastically Serious.
I'm your co-host Sean,
And I'm James.
and let's get this started.
Let's go.
Yeah, started off with the end.
Yep. So you just plug in intro in whenever?
Yeah,
Saved it.
yeah, it's saved on my phone. You've done that so many times.
I know. I get phlegmy after I eat.
All that semen. No bag in there at all.
So, Sean,
Should hate that fucking brownie.
you should have.
Shouldn't have.
Why?
Because 2 pieces of pizza was enough. I'm just stuffed.
So, we were talking about Elon Musk a minute ago.
Oh, you were telling me how they're going to impregnate an Asian man.
Yeah.
And he's going to give birth to a woolly mammoth.
And so, what I did is I took a syringe while Sean was sleeping. It was rock hard. And I.
It's because I took a blue pill. Mm-hmm. Hey, remind me. I'll give you one of those before you leave tonight.
Rock on. I mean, rock hard.
Yeah, rock hard.
Rock hard, buddy.
Party on, Wayne.
Yeah, Garth. But no, I was listening to a TED Talk with Elon, and he was just at this point in time, he was just announcing that he was thinking about buying Twitter, and he was going over how he was getting handled per se by the SEC, who has regulatory obligations for big conglomerate companies like Twitter and Facebook and things like that. Mm-hmm. And he said that they were trying to shut him down from the inside, that he was being rejected, that they were almost wanting to bankrupt Tesla to keep him from buying. He didn't say that, but if you read between the lines, that they were basically trying to have a fire sale of all his Tesla stocks.
Wow.
And they were throwing him under the bus. And he said, right after he announced that, and then that the SEC got involved, that people were short selling his stock like they've never had before.
Really?
And I was like, wow. I said,
trying to cancel him.
Yeah. I said financially they're trying to shut him down.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they are scared of this man.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he had Asperger's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no. I knew he was a little off.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many people in today's society that are just normal, and has that. I mean, there's obviously different levels.
I thought he was just part of his character. Like he's from, where's he from?
South Africa.
I know, but the city.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the city name. I'm gonna go there one day because I
You'd be like, I
knew a guy that
I want to see the
lived
place
there.
that Elon Musk was birthed in.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Elvis house up in Memphis.
I want to lick the bed that half of his siblings are residing in.
Yeah, or his firstborns that never were born ended up. But
the ones that were second place
that
in the
didn't
race,
make it to the
finish line.
Didn't make it to outer space.
Made it.
Oh, got him. So, but no, he was. I'm trying to think of the damn name of the city. But nonetheless, he was talking about how he was getting short sold. Stock was falling dramatically, and of course, he probably wasn't worried about it. I still think he owns majority shares between him and another guy, the co-founder. But he was going back and forth on what was his reasoning for wanting to buy Twitter, or public reasons. And he said, he's like, I just really just got tired of seeing a large corporation like this control the narrative, because he looks at Twitter. Once again, I don't use Twitter.
Right.
But apparently the rest of the world does.
Yeah.
And he's like, I wanted to see open discussion. He's like, true free speech, and that's what he believed in, and that's his main cause behind it.
Yeah.
And so
he really is for the people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just in general. And I don't know. It kills me when you look at the science behind how much natural resources are used for those batteries for those fucking cars, and then you've got the natural resources for to create the electricity to charge those cars. I just don't get how it's better
In the long game, it's considered to be better.
in the long game.
Long game.
So after we mine up all this shit to make all these fucking batteries, is there going to be any left? And then the long game, what's good then? I mean,
What are the deposits of ore and nickel and everything else that's required for these batteries? How much
Right.
is there? But the thing is, we have one of the largest deposits, I want to say, in one of the Dakotas. I may be wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is are we going to use every bit of it to fucking convert every car to electric? And then
That's the concept idea, but it will never happen.
right.
At least not in our lifetime.
No, but then again, you know, the motherfuckers that's pushing for electric cars don't even have them themselves. You got an old Corvette that they put top secret documents next to.
Right. But no, I think he has the right mindset for it. I just think he's thinking generations in advance versus me and you worried about the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's his way of thinking. That's why I have a man crush on him.
Yeah, he's always thinking the long game.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. The energy car, the electric car thing, I'm not against it, but technology's not there.
I'm not against it, but
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying it's not realistic to be.
yeah.
What they say,
Oh, I
2035.
I seen,
California wants all electric cars. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you guys can't even handle the load of regular housing right now.
They
let
can't
alone-
even handle the load of the electric cars they have because when
They
a
have
couple
rolling blackouts.
a couple months ago they put a ban on charging your cars between these days and those days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only charge your cars on this day, this day. All right, well, how the fuck do I get to work because I bought an electric car because you guys said that's what I need to do? You know, there's so many followers out there that just follow blindly, and in doing so, now they're in a situation where, all right, well, you can't charge your car on Mondays and Tuesdays. Okay, well, cool. I don't get to work until Wednesday.
I don't know. It's population control.
Yeah, everything's control.
But no, I like him because he has the right mindset. And the thing is, like the whole Mars thing, I'm like, I don't know.
That's the long game again.
That's the long game. We'll never see that.
He
But
he
if
will.
someone's working towards it, yeah, he'll probably get frozen like Walt Disney.
He'll see it.
He might.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the money and the shit.
He's got the know-how for the most part.
Yeah.
If not, he finds the right people.
I was watching a interview from hell. It might have been on Rogan's podcast, but where they were talking about the whole Mars thing. He was like, "Yeah, right now we're at about a 6-month travel time." Holy fuck, 6 months, and you can
That's
only
some
do that
crazy speed.
once every 2 years. So he's like, "You can't do it any faster." And he was like, "Well, if you."
Yeah, he's like,
He's like calculating the shit in his head. He's like, we could possibly do it in 3 months, but it's only once every 2
they'd
years.
sacrifice something for that.
And it's like, yeah. And it's like, why only once every 2 years? Well, because the rotation of the Earth, and he starts going in the rotation of the Earth when it's
Distance
rotating around
from
the
us
sun.
and so on.
And at some pivot point or pinnacle point is when you can slingshot off of the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here thinking, holy fuck. And he said, because any other time you would miss Mars and crash into the sun.
Right.
So they're thinking, holy fuck. Like, that's some serious
A
shit.
little geometry involved
Yeah, a little.
and some a bunch of other shit.
Yeah. But, anyways.
It just amazes me that we made it to the moon in the first place.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
There's conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I know. There's a conspiracy theory about everything, and I am
Yeah.
I guess
Conspiracists.
I'm a theorist on that part.
Yeah. Did I tell you your sister brought me a book about conspiracy theories?
Mm-hmm.
I need to read the motherfucker for Christmas. Well, it was.
You gonna read it to us at Christmas?
Yeah, yeah,
Put us to sleep.
yeah, exactly. Rockabye baby, and then JFK was killed. So
By the FBI.
yeah, and they blamed it on who? Fuck, what was his name? J. No.
Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
No, what was his name?
This is gonna drive me nuts now.
But when I was in Dallas, I did go to the memorial that they had downtown. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I drove by it, put it that way. I was like, oh, look, that's where he was shot.
And you're like, hello.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, man. So new this week. Son's car totaled. Obviously, we knew that shit was gonna happen.
But if anybody wants to buy it, I know where you can pick it up really cheap.
Yeah,
It probably needs a new battery.
really good deal. I'm sure Progressive.
Could you imagine flooding a Tesla?
Fuck, dude, the lights on it would have danced more than my son's car.
They probably would have fucking took off into space. Like, fuck this shit. Beam me up, Scotty.
And that was another thing too. He was talking about fucking hover cars, and he was like serious, like, yeah, probably like 2 years. 2 years we'll have one. I'm not sure how high yet. I'm thinking maybe like 10 feet off the ground. I'm sitting here thinking, like, what the fuck? This dude's bringing the Jetsons to life.
I was hoping that we'd have some sort of flying car by now. So when I was a kid, that's all they talked about.
When we were kids, they said, yeah, by 2020 or by 2010.
And we're like, oh, that's like 100 years away.
Yeah. And now we're like 23 years into this. And we're like, we don't see one yet. We don't even see the fucking floating hoverboard that was on Back to the Future.
That's what I wanted.
Where y'all at? You and me both.
No, we got the hover stick with batteries and wheels.
Oh, man. You talking about your dildo again?
It hovers right above my butthole.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Don't underestimate it. That motherfucker's like. So
It's like a
nasty.
2-stroke dirt bike. Is that a horse? Wheelmer. Want some peanut butter?
And fucking Mr. Ed. Anyways. So that happened.
Cars totaled.
And then, so playing taxi some here and there. It's fucking annoying. And
Sean started an Uber business. He quit Walmart.
Yeah.
Now he's at Uber. He has one customer in mind, but he doesn't get paid very often.
I got to tell you about Walmart too. But so yeah, that. And then last night we get a phone call. My youngest son wrestles, and we get a phone call. It's like, hey, he was in practice. Got elbowed in the back of the head. Blah blah. Standard procedure. Like, all right. So then I go there, and the medical director or the medical sports health chick is there, and she's explaining everything to me. And I get my son in the car and kind of talking to him a little bit. I think I picked up the wrong kid because this motherfucker has Down syndrome.
Down for the brown.
I shouldn't say. But he was seriously like dazed and confused, like out of it. And I'm thinking, if he's playing this up, but then when we got to the house, like watching him walk up steps and shit, and then where he left his phone and never came back for it, and that's just unheard of, with teenagers these days. So I'm like, okay, the kid's really fucked up. And then get up today, and he's 100 times better. He's like, yeah, I feel fine, Dad. I still got a little bit of a headache, whatnot, blah, blah. And so then I talked to her and explained to her how far off he was, because she had never had an interaction with him before. And
Talking about Charlene or the
no,
girl at school?
Yeah, the chick at school, the health, sports health chick. So yeah, she said, yeah, let's go ahead and whatever. And so she got an appointment with her concussion specialist, and we went and did that this afternoon. And he was diagnosed with a concussion, so he's got 3 more days of just sitting, chilling, whatever.
Did you ask the doctor? Do we have to put him down at this point?
Yeah, she said we don't have to, but if we do,
She knows a guy.
they can't allow me to do it Because I was like, hell, I'll do it, you
Yeah,
know.
we'll save some money.
Yeah. Well, not just that, you know, like back in the day, you used to put down your own animals on your farm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, you know, since
I could bring the tractor over, we could
he's
make
mine.
a pit,
Yeah, exactly.
have a little bonfire.
Yeah. In memory of.
Yeah.
Right. But,
We'll rocket some ecstasy up our butts.
yeah, rocket. Fuck that. We're going to rocket some blue pills up our ass.
I don't think it works that way.
Blue Chew. Assholes chewing
Got that
up.
new Bluetooth.
Oh, man.
Boop, boop.
And then the Chinese man gets impregnated.
By a woolly mammoth.
It's a hell of a party, son, in memory of you.
But yeah, the woolly mammoth thing, me and Sean were talking. I don't know if he got caught on the first part of this. Were we recording at that point?
No.
No? Okay. I was telling Sean that they're going to artificially inseminate a
Chinese man.
Chinese man with a woolly mammoth's penis.
And it's going to give birth.
He's going to be at circus.
It's going to give birth and it'll be another Rosie O'Donnell.
But no, that they have enough genetic material to make an embryo of some sort. And I thought it was really fascinating that they're going to impregnate artificially a Asian elephant, I believe is what they said. And try to build a colony, then put them out in Antarctica and let them see if they can thrive naturally.
So basically, we're going to try this whole Jurassic Park shit.
Yep.
So
I said, why don't you start with raptors first? Fuck a woolly mammoth.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, why not just go ahead and get rid of all of us?
Yeah.
I mean, seeing how well it worked in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know. These motherfuckers nowadays are stupid with all this shit.
What?
Just all this, like that. That to me sounds like a catastrophic fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I think it's cool in a scientific aspect.
In a scientific aspect, yeah.
It's like electric cars.
The theory of it's cool. But no, we should not do it. Like, that's going to work.
What about cloning? How do you feel about clones?
Absolutely
Like when
not.
we had, what was it, Dory the sheep or whatever back in the day?
Dora the Explorer?
No.
Shaun the
The
Sheep?
No, not Shaun the sheep.
That's
The sheep that they cloned way back when, like
I have
mid-90s.
no idea what you're talking
Really?
about. No.
It was big news.
No.
I forgot.
I was into drugs then, James. A lot.
Well, when you work at a male brothel, they gotta drug you somehow.
Yeah, well, no, I did that shit for the drugs.
Oh.
Like,
Traded a blowjob for
Yeah.
a roofie?
yeah.
That's kind of backwards.
No, not at all. Because then I was too fucked up to have to give any more head. I'm
Just
just fucking passed
thump you
out.
in the side of the forehead with
Just
it.
fucking,
Wake up, little boy.
no,
It's snack time.
not hungry, uncle. Oh, never mind.
And I forgot where we're at now.
We're in the Mexican room.
Oh. Ole.
Maria!
No, the whole cloning thing about the sheep. They cloned a sheep. I forgot how many years. This is probably mid-90s.
Yeah.
And it was big news. I thought it was super cool. And then, of course, ethics came in, being able to do that. They ran a bunch of studies. They had to destroy the sheep. And they did it one more time, I believe, with another animal. Maybe a dog. I was like, I think it's cool on a scientific aspect of it. And I was like, we were playing God at that point.
I mean,
Or a God.
are you serious?
Mhm.
Because I don't.
You don't remember any of that?
No, dude, seriously, I was in a lot of drugs mid-90s. Like, bad. You put it in your pocket, your right pocket.
Oh, it's in my butt.
Oh,
That's a good safe one
right
spot
ass
for
cheek.
it. Too bad I didn't put it on vibrate. You called me a bunch of times.
We can reenact the whole Howard Stern orgasm on air live. Oh, Howie!
I was a little kid when that movie came out, and I was like, what?
You're like, damn, I gotta try this. You sat on it. And oh, yeah, it feels good on my butthole. No,
Dolly.
but
Yeah, Dolly the sheep.
Dolly the sheep. So if we were doing that
1996, United Kingdom.
shit, yeah,
First mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell. She was named after Dolly Parton. But no, they cloned a sheep, which I thought was extremely cool. And I'm like, well, if they could do that with a sheep and it's all there, not like missing a few chromosomes of some sort.
I'm sure it might have, but
Right. But think about it, that was back in 96.
Right.
Here we are 25 years later, and How come we're not cloning people yet?
I'm sure we are.
Like Duplicity, remember that movie?
I mean, yeah, yes and no.
Where he cloned a bunch of himself so he could get a bunch more shit done because he was a business owner, he had kids and a wife.
Who was the actor? I don't know. But
He was that weird actor in that McDonald's movie.
I don't.
Never watched that McDonald's movie?
Yeah, I have.
It was him.
I can't picture that dude either.
All right, you're gonna make me look it up. It's gonna drive me nuts. But anyways, go ahead.
Fuck. Anyway,
But cloning people.
So we're talking 96. So 27 years later. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure we're doing some shit with people.
Yeah,
I mean,
some backdoor
someone
stuff.
has to somewhere.
Yeah.
Some rich fuck like Elon Musk, maybe with less or more values.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, somebody is somewhere. Absolutely.
Julia Roberts was in that movie. Interesting. I think that's a different one I'm looking at.
Probably.
Either way. Back to cloning.
Yeah, man, that's... Do I think... No, I don't think we should play God with anything. I mean, a sheep, a dog, a person, a mammoth.
What about a pet cat?
No. I mean...
Like, if your cat dies, you love your cat. So I can bring
no,
my cat back to life.
Fuck cats. You think I want fucking...
So if one of your kids passed away, you wouldn't say, "Okay, we got his genetic thing.
No.
We could reborn him."
No.
No. You don't think you'd do it?
No. I just seen a movie with that shit the other day.
Was it the Keanu Reeves one?
I don't think it was. Yes. Yeah. Where his wife and 3 kids.
Super creepy.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Super creepy.
You think about that shit. Like, well, he was the doctor for one, but 2, there's no fucking way.
They were killed, in a car accident?
Yeah. Yeah, they were going on a vacation trip and
Ran off
started
the road.
raining real bad and shit. Yeah, ran off the road. And all his wife and 3 kids died. And he only had enough chambers or whatever for 4 of them.
You had to pick and choose which kid he was bringing back.
And he basically did any, many, money, mo. And then he went in and erased the memory of that one child on all 3 of the other, or 4 of the others.
Took all the pictures down.
Yeah,
all
everything.
That
It's
shit.
like, holy fuck.
I'm like, that's creepy.
Yeah, dude, there's no way I can live with myself. And then,
I would have left the wife off.
I mean, in your situation.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Misty. No, but, yeah, there's no way. Me and Charlene watched it, and I said that shit to her.
It was a pretty creepy movie.
There's no way. Yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, it's fucked up, man. But I don't think we should be doing that shit at all. Like,
What's your take on stem cells?
I mean, as far as what?
Are you familiar with them?
I mean, to a point, but
Do you know where they come from?
No.
Amniotic fluid.
Really?
I don't. This is
So-
old information, but originally there was all amniotic fluid, and it was mostly aborted kids. That's where they got most of the fluids from.
Wow. So that means Planned Parenthood's fucking double dipping. They're making all kinds of money.
Oh yeah.
God.
And this is stuff I learned like 10 years ago.
And they're like, come on, bring your babies in,
Yeah.
kill them so we can get that fluid and fucking sell this shit.
Sell it for some astronomical money.
Billions.
Because I like the idea of stem cells because it's like the fountain of youth in today's market.
Right.
You know,
And that's where
I
I
get
didn't
some in
know
my
what-
knee since I heard it here.
Right. Fuck you. That shit, no. I've got enough dings on
I
my
gotta-
insurance.
I gotta-
Connor, thanks, cocksucker.
Yeah, so I hurt my knee coming down Sean's stairs.
No, you did
And
not.
This is
When you got
this
out
is
of
gonna
your
be,
truck,
This
I
is gonna be
seen
public knowledge. So when we go to court,
I've got cameras outside, so when you got out of your truck, that's recorded.
I fell down his driveway.
No, you
is
did
where
not.
it happened, and then I fell down the stairs.
When you stepped out of your truck, you were already limping, bitch.
Oh yeah.
If not, I'm gonna edit
But
the
no,
video.
stem cells. Obviously Joe Rogan's a huge proponent of it, and ways to well, they're proponents of it too. But they're doing basic repairs of scar tissue, people that are injuries, and people that have cognitive issues. Also, they're also giving injections to however your brain's tied into your nervous system, and they're giving all kinds of crazy injections. There's a lot of information out there.
Right.
But when I found out about that they were getting it from basically aborted kids, I'm like, that's kind of shitty. I said, but there's no other way to get it.
Right.
That material is only made up one way, and it's in the the sac, I guess.
Right.
But no, I'm gonna do some more research on it to see if they've come up with a different way of retracting or obtaining that fluid.
I'm sure they haven't. I'm sure that's it. I mean, I don't know. And you know how I feel about abortion, so I mean, it just
That's one thing we haven't talked about yet.
okay. Ding.
Sean, how do you feel about if I raped you and you got pregnant? Is that okay for you to get an abortion?
Absolutely not. I need to have your fucked up offspring. And
that's everybody's go-to is what about rape and incest and yada? And I'm like, yeah. I said I could turn a blind eye to that. I said, is it right or wrong? I'm not the one to judge.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own morals. I think people that say, "Oh,
I
got my career ahead of me. I'm not gonna have this kid because I don't want to."
Right.
I don't agree with that.
I think.
But whose choice is it?
My body, my choice, bitch. Join the movement. Me too. In your pants.
Home run.
We're Shaq.
Shaq-a-roni. It's a funny subject.
It's not funny at all. I mean,
it's funny in a sense that it could be steered either one way based on where your morals stand, where your religious aspects are.
Yeah, I mean everything.
There's so much.
I do not believe in abortion at all. 100%. Just cut dry. I don't. If you say, "Oh, I was raped," or "I was this," "I was that,"
wrong place, wrong time, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. You dress provocatively. Guess what?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go next.
You made your bed. You lay in it. Literally. No, but I think all that is per the person. Because some people that can happen to tragically.
Yeah. It happens all the time, unfortunately.
And then they would have the baby and not look at the kid like, oh, you're a product of a fucking rape,
right?
And actually have the kid. Some people would have the baby and give it up for adoption, so it's based upon that individual for those circumstances. Other than those circumstances, no, I don't think you should. Period. If you're fucking and you're not using protection and you get pregnant, guess what? That's the name of the game ever since.
Prize. Everybody, if you went to sex class or sex ed, you know how this shit plays out.
Like penis goes in the vagina, you bust a nut, and you get pregnant. That's how it works. Like, everyone knows that. So it's not like, oh, we can fuck 8 billion dudes and every one of them can get me pregnant.
Is that why they went gay?
And I can.
That's why everybody should go gay.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to worry about getting people pregnant.
Then Planned Parenthood would go out of business. No, y'all please come back, be straight. No, we don't believe in LGBTQ.
And the Clinton Foundation fucking loses
anymore.
All that money.
Yeah. No, man, I don't believe in it. 100%. Just do not. Certain situations, that's depending on the person. I'm not going to sit here and say every person raped needs to have an abortion, because some people can deal with it in ways to benefit others and or themselves. What?
Nothing.
You're right.
No, but no, I agree.
So what about you? What do you think, James? Don't ride my coattails, bitch.
I'm not.
Give an opinion.
If I rape you,
this is sounding so familiar for some reason.
No, if someone's having casual sex and gets pregnant, hey, guess what? You won a prize.
Yeah.
End of story. Am I one to say that it's wrong publicly to someone? Like, if we'll just say if you're a woman and we're at a party and we have a discussion, you're like, yeah, I've had like 12 abortions. Yes, I'm going to frown upon that. Extremely, extremely frown upon it. But if someone said, I had an abortion when I was 16, I fucked up, whatever. I look different at someone that says that when they're a child and made mistakes because they didn't really have a chance to think it through, and more than likely their parents pushed them into doing it so they could have a better future, which I also get in that aspect. So there's a lot of variables that go into it. But
Right.
ultimately, I wouldn't allow my wife to have one,
Right.
even at age 60.
Right. Right. No, you don't have this
No,
motherfucker.
you don't have this shit. They're gonna change our diapers. But no, it's
As
wrong.
soon as we're
It's
done
wrong
changing this
in
baby's
a lot of
diaper, it's going to be
levels.
changing ours.
But I also believe my body, my choice, because
Yeah.
that applies to fucking vaccines and shit too.
Yeah.
So it gave me
Yeah.
it gave me perspective when it all came out, and I was like, I understand why they're hesitant. I don't think the government should have a say so in it.
No, I don't at all. So, like the states that have, it's illegal here
Yeah.
unless whatever circumstance.
Right.
I'm a
Provide
big
a police report.
Yeah, I'm a big anti on that. I don't think the government should have any say in any of our lives. Period.
Marriage, everything.
Yeah, marriage. I mean, you know,
It's like gay marriage was approved how many years ago, right? And I'm like, that's kind of silly because marriage is a bond between people and not people and the government.
so right. And I mean, here's the thing. It's this simple. Here, I give you.
Are you proposing?
Yes.
Oh, finally!
Yeah.
Thank
I give you this ring.
you. Oh,
Look at that big bling.
it's not a Tiffany, bitch. Take it back.
I give you this right here, right now, and I say I devote my life to you, and you say it to me. Whether we do it in a court of law, we do it under God, or not.
Or Allah.
Right. Whatever you said. I don't speak that. English, boys. Fucking America. But that's a vow me and you say to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the government has a fucking right to say anything about that. You know what I mean? And yes, I understand where people fight to get the government to acknowledge it because of things like insurance, things like medical. All those things apply and they play a big part in it. But here again, it's where we're taking freedoms away from people. And I don't like that. I don't like the government being involved.
Right.
So I
less
think
government.
right. So I think like as far as HIPAA and shit like that goes, like if me and you go into the hospital and I say, this is my soulmate, y'all can tell him anything. Then they look at the paperwork and they say, well, he's Pemberton, you're Bagby. I don't care, it's my man.
Yeah.
They should just go with that, bam, right there. Because you know everything's fucking recorded in that place. They've got cameras and fucking recorders everywhere anyways. And they do that to protect themselves. Excuse me. So that's enough. That's enough for them to protect themselves and say this person gave consent for us to divulge all the information. So he can't sue us per HIPAA now. But they won't unless you're on a documentation somewhere. And I think that's bullshit. And they're trying to do it to protect themselves from being sued. But I don't know. It annoys me. It annoys me. Where everyone's trying to control everything and or they're worried about themselves more than people. Period. So if, you know, the government doesn't recognize gay marriage, so me and you can't legally go and get married in the state of Georgia, but then something happens, we go to the hospital or, you know, you can't be on my insurance. It's like, what about common law marriage?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
How does that supersede our bond, our commitment to each other?
Well, right. I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't to a moral aspect or whatever, but then on paperwork it does. So that's where I just think it's bullshit and they need to get their fucking hands out of our business. Period. I don't know.
So is this the part where you propose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get on one knee in a minute.
Get on the table.
Yeah. As
Put
long as you eat my ass, big boy.
your little blue pill in there.
That was loud.
Yeah,
You're going to hold it in your teeth and
Yeah.
put it in my asshole?
Is it that big?
It's tiny.
I'm talking about your asshole. I knew how to get you.
Oh. Oh, that was great. Just all over the fucking place. Oh,
Jason just spit out everything all over the place. He's a spitter, by the way, good boys.
Yeah, apparently. Oh, God, that was funny. I wonder if you can hear it spew in this. I mean, obviously, the people on YouTube will see it
Right.
somewhat.
No, I think it's wrong. Once again, there's too many variables to take into account, but long story short, I don't approve of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not one to have the end-all, be-all, say-all.
Yeah. And, you know, I think
Morally, I don't accept it.
we're about to have another Waco. That's coming. Are you familiar with Waco?
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, I'm not from Texas.
shut up, bitch. It was like 93 or some shit, so you were young then.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how much y'all were.
No, I logged in to CNN and I got all the updated information.
Yeah, CNN gave you all the facts.
Yeah.
All these white, extremists.
Mm-hmm. Domestic terrorists.
Yeah, and that's basically how they were painted. Do you really understand everything that happened with
I
that?
believe I do.
So
But inform me.
basically, for those listening, I think it was 1993. There were dudes stockpiling ammo, guns, explosives, everything legally that were allowed to legally have. And in 93, they were allowed to legally have.
It was Texas.
Yeah. And someone found out about their stockpile, called the tip in or whatever.
An undercover ATF agent there.
Yeah. He was just checking everything out, and they thought, damn, these people got way too much than they should have on their ranch. So they went to raid the place, and good old boy said, fuck you, you're not coming in here. And then
Stood the ground.
caused a standoff, and more friends and family showed up to support the cause. And eventually it led to 60-something people being burned alive in that building. They got
Kids.
locked in the building
women.
and burned to death. And it was an accident. Tragic accident.
Mm-hmm.
You had all these federal agents standing outside this building while it was burning with people inside, civilians, and they didn't go in to save them.
The crap show.
Yeah, and they still listed it as an accident. That's not an accident.
Negligence.
It's not negligence.
I think it was on their part.
I think they killed them.
Think so.
Yes, 100%. I mean, here's the thing.
Because they were exchanging fire briefly.
A little bit.
Yeah, briefly. It wasn't like a fucking
A blaze of gunfire.
The whole time.
But it was more or less warning shots here and there, I think. But
It's the good old days.
yeah, but I mean,
Just go in there and shoot it up, plant a few guns, you call it good.
yeah, exactly. That's what happened in fucking Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. That was yeah, our government murdered those people, 100%. And you could say it in one aspect of they intentionally did it and then watched them burn to death, and you could say it was an accidental fire start, and they stood back and watched, and it's
I think
negligence.
the fire started from a gas canister.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
that's what they say.
'Cause I don't think some of those others, the big lighter,
Right.
catching the fucking trees on fire.
But however it goes, they stood there and watched it burn.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it was intentional or accidental start, they were locked in. They could not get out.
No, they could get out, but they wouldn't come out. They didn't want to surrender.
No.
Based on the documentaries I've watched.
There's no way all those people.
No, but they died of smoke inhalation,
Yeah.
more or less. Obviously, they burned
You
eventually.
would escape. You would leave. You would open the door and walk out. If you're breathing that in, there's no way that many people can force themselves to do that.
I don't know. I don't think it was 60 people, though. I want to say it was less than 30.
Okay, so then it was 20 something.
I don't know that for a fact, but I watched it a couple years ago in one of the documentaries.
I haven't seen it in fucking forever. I'm just going off memory.
No, it was
so.
a new revision of a documentary of some sort on
Oh,
Netflix.
okay. Well, I need to watch it then. But yeah, I mean, However it goes, our government killed those people. In the fact of, hey, you got a lot of guns and ammo and we don't think you should have it. Fuck you. I mean, it's like the new ATF ruling on the SIG brace. You've got 120 days to register your firearm as a SBR, and if you don't, then you're breaking NFA rule or turning in.
We're trying to impose everything.
No, you got 120 days.
Is that for every firearm?
No, that's for a SIG brace.
Well, explain that to the listeners.
All right,
and myself.
So a SIG was the first brand to come out with it. That's why they call it SIG Sawyer. But a SIG brace is basically a brace you can put on in place of a buttstock on a rifle to make it be able to kind of clamp on your forearm so you can one arm the rifle. And the whole purpose behind that was for amputees. So someone that don't have two arms, they can mount the SIG brace to their forearm, grip the firearm, and then hold the AR up and press your shot off. And by doing that, obviously, you don't want it being a 16-inch barrel,
Right.
so a full length. So they would do shorter barrels, so it's more applicable. Yeah, there we go. I always get fucked up on that word for some reason. And ergonomic friendly, and you could just hold it up and shoot it. Well, then once they gained traction, started getting popular, regular dudes were buying them, putting them on AR build. So you're building a AR pistol and putting a SIG brace on it. It's considered a pistol, and the ATF first ruled on it like, oh, okay, it's fine as long as you don't shoulder the SIG brace. But everyone was doing that anyways. But it's like, hold on, y'all can't do a ruling on how we shoot fucking guns. I mean, y'all can't. So then,
It's like saying you could sell cocaine, you just can't snort it.
right. So then one of those cases went to the Supreme Court and they ruled like, y'all can't fucking tell people how to shoot their guns. It just, you can't. Okay. So yeah, SIG braces.
They're finding every possibility to put a dent in firearms.
SIG braces are legal, whatever. Well, now they finally ruled saying, no, if you put a SIG brace on a less than 16-inch barrel, that is classified as a SBR, short barrel rifle, and you have to do the tax stamp and go through the NFA, get a tax stamp for it, and get a new serial number put on it. Yeah.
I bet people are lining up to do it.
Well, the tax stamp thing is a $200 deal, right? But they did say within the 120 days, if you sign up for it, you don't have to pay the $200 fee. So, if you have one, you can go ahead and sign up to the NFA and get a tax stamp for it and not pay that fee. But then you've got it registered.
Ultimately, why are they imposing this? Just to say that they're moving in the right direction for gun safety and
No, not at all.
nothing?
I mean,
Honestly,
honestly,
there's
you
no
think about it,
side street that they're trying to go down with it?
we don't have a legit gun registry. And it clearly states in the federal, I would have to look it up, but I've looked it up so many times. It clearly states that it's against the Constitution to have a federal registry. Clearly states it in there. And so anyways, but we do basically have that anyways if they were to just log everything in one place. Because it's logged all over the place, just not in one place. So
It's state by state, is it not?
yes, yeah. But, well, yes and no, because it's also ran through the NCIC, which is national. So whenever you go to buy a firearm, they'll call the local office. The local office will run your name and that serial number of that firearm through the NCIC, which is federal. Make sure it's not coming back stolen or tied to any crimes, and you're not coming back as a felon or anyone indicted for a felony currently, if it was logged through all those different places. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's like we have a national registry, but we don't, and they're trying to push for one that gets all that information together. I'm not against it in one aspect, but then again, I'm 100% against it for the fact of they just need to stay the fuck out of our business. I mean, that's the main thing I don't like about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they had a registry, would I give a
shit?
shit?
What would the point be in a registry versus finding a random lost gun or stolen gun?
The problem with it would be these red flag laws. Like, my Karen neighbor, me and her bitch about the property line, and then she called.
Did you move your rocks yet?
No, fuck you. I'm waiting on you to bring your equipment over. But she would call the local sheriff's department and say, hey, my crazy neighbor's got a stockpile of guns, and I think he's crazy. Like, he's out here screaming at me and stuff. Well, then that would give them all they need to submit it to a judge to get a no-knock warrant for a red flag deal, kick in my front door, come in my house, and take all my guns and ammo.
But you don't have any guns.
I've got one.
Oh. You got gel blaster?
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's the red flag laws. That's gaining traction. So the problem with the registry is that they would know everything you have.
Mm-hmm.
So like in New York, you have to get a permit, and on your gun permit, it says every firearm you have, serial number, make, model, everything on the back of that card. And they keep up with that.
You'd have to keep a binder, probably.
Shut up. For my one? No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Big letters.
But
Gel, blast, stir.
But that's the problem with it, and that's why people don't want it. It's just more control. And I agree, if that's going to be a case, then no, we don't need a fucking registry. But if unconstitutional shit like that is taken off the table and never put into laws, then I don't see a problem with it. But obviously, it's a thing. So yeah, I don't agree with it, but I just don't agree in any kind of control or
I feel the same way because I can't go 500 yards within a school.
Shut up.
And they're trying to control me. They're saying I can't go sit on,
Park bench.
Yeah, park bench, watch the little boys
Near
jump up and
playground.
down on a slide. And they might do reverse cowboy going down a slide together. Is that what the kids call it?
I don't know what they call it, James. I don't play with little boys anymore. I mean,
that's how your boy got concussed.
that's how you got a concussion. I was like, hold still, motherfucker.
Yeah, quit squirming.
Daddy's almost done.
Yeah, it's finally coming up. Let me double one of these. Double the dosage.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. Where in the fuck did we even start with this again?
I don't remember. Control. Oh, about your best friend in the world, Alec Baldwin.
Oh my God, fuck him.
He's being charged with involuntary manslaughter.
That's because they heard our podcast.
It is.
We got him.
We're moving up, guys.
We got him. We're in 8 countries now.
Yay. I do want to talk about that, but anyways, go ahead.
You do want to talk about that? Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, so Alec Baldwin, the local prosecutor did release stating that he will be charged for involuntary manslaughter, which, like I said when we talked about this, not last time, 2 episodes ago, yeah. At bare minimum, he should be charged with some kind of manslaughter. I said that. And just simply for the fact of, again, if you are in control and you're manipulating a real firearm, you need to do it safely. Period. Don't break the 4, cardinal safety rules. You don't have a fucking issue. The fact that he shot 2 people that were not even in the movie, not in a screenplay. It's not like it was part of the scene. He pointed at people that are doing their job.
Give me a Coca-Cola, bitch.
No, but one of them was a videographer. So, holding a fucking camera. Or, whatever. Like, that.
Maybe it's like a Dirty Harry move, like make my day, staring off into the camera and shot up through the camera.
Maybe.
But that's not what happened.
No, it was not on scene. I mean,
Right. They weren't filming. They were fooling around.
Right. So the fact that you would take a real gun and do that, I don't even get that. Like even if it is screenplay, like I don't get that. That's just somebody who's negligent as fuck and A-list celebrity, or it's probably like a D-list. His career's probably over.
Never really shot an actual gun, possibly either.
Yeah, who knows?
But I'm glad that they're sticking it to him.
I am too.
And I made a comment to Sean. I sent him a screenshot earlier today, and he's like, "Yeah, I saw it." And I was like, "Yeah, he's gonna get like 4 days probation, and he's gonna serve 1,
maybe,
and it's gonna be something stupid like that."
Yeah, I'm sure he won't see any jail time for it. But
if he does, it'll be like fucking Ritz-Carlton prison.
But the fact of they're actually going through with it, I'm happy with. Granted, our justice system's going to get paid off and, whatever for his case. But the fact that it's public, you're boring me.
Thank you.
I'm glad that that's happening. So.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going to stick it to him simply because they got to make an example out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what we talked about already, man.
And the thing was, if it didn't catch as much publicity as it did, it would have got just excused as an accident.
Yep. It would have been like, oh, I didn't know. It was their job to make sure.
Oh, okay. You promise not to do it again? Yeah, sure. Okay. Have a nice day.
Yep.
We'll carry this body back home with us.
Yeah. And that family, hey, fuck off. Like, oh, well.
Yeah, here's a check and a coupon for Arby's.
But what I think is, you said that they came to a settlement behind closed doors with the family or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets charged and found guilty, that could bring up another liability for a civil suit again with the same people. So, because
I wonder if they got served with a
subpoena.
Not a subpoena, a gag order in reference to them settling out of court.
I don't know.
Not a gag order.
Not a
that's
gag
what
order.
judges do.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Not allowed to talk about it.
What's it called? But yeah, you get the gist of it. You can't talk about it.
Yeah, but
like what happened with Facebook. Like all the people that were part of Facebook.
Yeah,
he fucking paid them off and said you can't talk about this shit anymore.
Right. A cease and desist. They settled out of court on the premise of it was an accident. But he gets charged and found guilty. Then it's no longer an accident. Then it's proven by a court of law that it was negligence.
Yeah. It's malice murder.
So they could go back after and sue him. So since our podcast got him charged because there's so many people heard it, maybe they'll hear this again and that family can go after him and get more of his blood money.
Yep.
I don't know.
But speaking of prisons, do you know how many privately owned prisons there are in the States?
I thought almost all of them were.
The majority, yes.
Yeah.
I found that interesting.
I thought it was almost 90%.
And I was like, wow. I said,
that's money, man.
There's
money.
Racketeering. Yeah. I said, so there's a benefit to locking up people for misdemeanors and putting them away for 5 to 10 years.
Because it's a contract with the government, and the government pays big money. The average prisoner...
The Lannisters always pay their bills.
This was about 5-10 years ago. The average prisoner cost $50,000 a year to house and feed and all that shit. And you think about that, $50,000 a year. Let's say it was 5 years ago. In today's time, it's probably got to be $75,000.
Let's find out how many people are incarcerated.
Oh man, fucking millions, probably 500 million.
How many people are incarcerated in the United States?
500 is a bit much. Probably 120 million.
Just in the state of Georgia, there's 47,000. Nationally, let's see. I don't need state. 2 million.
Huh?
2 million.
2 million.
2 million fucking people behind bars.
I said 120. There's only 330 in the U.S. I'm a fucking idiot. There's 330 million people in the U.S.
That's
right?
over a 500% increase in the last 400 or 40 years.
Yeah, so I should say
2 million
1.2.
fucking people.
All right, so
Holy
do
shit.
2 million times 50,000.
Oh goddamn! My
Yeah.
computer doesn't go that high. How many zeros is that?
But turn it sideways.
Right.
No, I'm serious, so you can get it all. Because it's just going to show a little E and shit.
Too many.
No, that's not right.
No, I think I missed a zero.
Yeah, you fucked up. You didn't do the times.
Oh, I thought it was the 5.
No, 2 million times 50,000.
I said 2 million, right? Yeah. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, thought so.
Times 50. Holy
100 billion.
$100 billion a year.
100 billion.
That's a year, bro. That's how much money it costs to house the inmates in America.
people that are getting speeding
100
tickets.
billion fucking dollars. Or selling fucking 3 joints. The stupid weed charges. 100 billion fucking dollars. That's crazy.
100 billion people.
Wow.
Think about how much we could do with that.
We could feed the homeless. We can house
Nobody's
the homeless.
worried about the homeless.
The homeless and worried about the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, half of them like what they do.
Yeah. They're on the streets because they don't want to be part of society.
Right.
That, there's mental health, there's all kinds of
Drugs,
reasons.
all kinds of shit. Yeah. You wanted to bring
But
up
that's a crazy number, though.
8 countries, 100 billion fucking dollars.
And that's not even inflated prices.
No, that's my 5-10 years ago shit.
Wow.
Because I watched a documentary on how much it costs and what all it entails, and that's counting in cost of guards, food,
Right.
fucking clothes, washing clothes,
Property taxes.
yeah,
blah, blah,
all
blah.
that shit. So, 100 billion fucking dollars, man.
And I'm sure
Wow.
those numbers are probably devalued or maybe inflated. 2 million people
They're incarcerated.
are behind bars.
Yeah, I fucked
How
up.
many
I said
fucking prisons are there in the
120.
States?
Oh, there's fucking.
That's obviously jails and, small mom and pop setups, but how many federal pens are
Prisons.
there?
Oh,
I
yeah.
wonder.
I think federal, besides like your local sheriff's office jail and federal prisons, I think those are the only ones. I think all the other prisons are
There's
fucking
probably, a half dozen per state, depending on the state size.
privately owned, privately ran.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, dude.
I'm tired, buddy. That was me last week.
Damn.
But you gotta get up in the morning and we'll work.
Yeah. What'd you want to say about the 8 countries?
Oh, the 8 countries. So, we don't keep up with stats on this too much. Sean might glance at it, but I don't ever ask him or even dive into it, just because I'm interested, but I'm not doing this for
Like, fuck this shit.
publicity. But Sean was telling me that we're in quite a few countries now. Not a bunch, but there's a handful of views or listens in these random countries. I found it very interesting. So the ones that are listening on streaming services and not technically YouTube, I have a question for you. If you're watching us repetitively, what is it that entertains you? Is it our stupidity? Is our comments?
That's it.
Is our obscene gestures? What is it? I'm just actually curious.
If
Or is
they're
this more or
listening-
less stupid entertainment, kind of like for us, growing up, I think it was like Married with Children.
It was Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, it was dumb entertainment. Is that what we are? I'm curious. Or are you showing this to your class in college in some foreign country?
Don't be like these motherfuckers.
This is why the Americans will die soon.
This is why the Americans elected Biden.
Yes. But I'm curious. I really am. I'm genuinely curious to see what is entertaining about us. So I find it very interesting that we're making it across,
The pond
the vast
out of this country.
water.
I mean, because if you think about it, Canada and Mexico, you can kind of see that, right? Because we're connected.
And I can see Europe possibly listening to us, especially since we have family
Nothing
over there.
in Europe.
Huh?
Just Germany.
Just Germany. Yeah.
Just kidding.
But like Asia,
That's in Europe. I was kidding.
what other countries were there?
There's
Any Aussies?
no.
Damn
There's
Aussies.
U.S., Canada, Mexico, Germany, Taiwan, Serbia, United Arab, whatever the fuck. It's Dubai is the city, but I don't know what the country. It was United Arab
United Emirates.
Emirates. Yeah, that's it. And then, fuck, what was
That's
the
where
other
they
one?
killed the
Did I say
Washington
Serbia
Post
already?
guy. Yeah.
Serbia. I don't know. I'd have to pull it up. I mean, you can pull it up.
It's all good. But no, I just find it interesting that we're getting listened to over there. I don't know if it's just like randomly stumbling across it or if they physically looking it up. I'm just curious how the algorithm works.
Nothing in Africa yet. Nothing in was Serbia and Russia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're in Russia. So
Putin's listening to us.
yeah, Putin. What's up, Vlad? So nothing in
Nothing
Africa.
China, Japan, nothing.
Yeah, Taiwan. So not
Taiwan's not China. They're independent.
Taiwan.
That's a
is?
whole nother thing, yeah.
Really?
If they want their independence as a country. That's a big thing on the whole world spectrum kind of thing.
I thought they were part of the Gook Squad.
That's why they
Fuck.
they were one. I'm not sure exactly how it works out, so I'm gonna sound like an idiot when I talk about it. But Taiwan wants their independence to be their own country, identified country, and it's kind of like
Yeah, but they're part of China now, or yeah, the continent.
the continent. Yeah,
Yes. So I was going off.
yeah. So is
continents.
Germany and everything else, and Spain.
No, they're not.
It's the same landmass.
Well, you have Europe.
Same landmass.
Oh, I'm
connected.
sorry, Asia.
Yeah.
Asia and Russia. Yeah, it's all the same land, but it's
But it's funny when you look at it. It's like Asia is like, meh, then here's Russia. I'm like,
so
why isn't that the
Taiwan's
same
part
thing?
of Asia. So
Yeah.
let me rephrase that. So we've got someone in Asia, we've got someone in Russia, we've got someone in Europe, U.S.
And we want to
Canada,
hear from you.
Mexico. We don't have anyone in Africa, and we don't have anyone in Australia. So that's the two continents.
Maybe we should share this to the Facebook groups, like the yard sales in Africa. What do you think? I got him again.
Wrong pipe.
Got him again.
Oh, James, quit doing that. So
Just take it.
I am, but not very good.
Gag reflex sucks.
Yeah. So
Collect yourself, Sean. Come back when you're ready.
trying to come on your back. So yeah, so we're not in 2 out of 7 continents. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's very cool.
Um,
I'm curious what they find
Well,
entertaining about.
there's
Because you
only-
can't look at statistics of actual playtime per listen, or is it like entire episodes, or is it?
no,
you can't
but
see
we
details?
can see how many episodes they've watched
Okay.
in each
So
one.
maybe if it's more than one, we could guess that they're
So like
maybe
I
finishing
think
off.
Taiwan, Canada, and maybe Dubai. They have only had 1 episode they watched, and all the others is 2 or more.
I find it interesting though. Like, what are they searching
I don't know. What
to find us? Because we're not popular by
where
any
did we
means.
get hit on the algorithm somewhere? I don't know.
How it's getting tied in.
Yeah,
It's interesting how all that works.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I thought it was neat. Whenever I showed you, I was like, "Look at this, worldwide, bitch."
Yep. Prestige worldwide. Worldwide.
Bill and Ted. So, yeah, man. I don't know. It's weird. There was something else you was gonna say. Oh, we were talking about earlier though, that whole school bus thing. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. So we had an incident local to me in Georgia.
Local to me too, bitch. I ain't that far.
Oh, you're an hour away.
Fuck you.
You could be like in a different country if you were living in Europe. That's what's wild about it. That's another thing
shit.
that nobody ever thinks about. You could be in a different
Their
country.
states or yeah.
Like Texas would eat up like every bit of Great Britain and so on.
Yeah.
But no, so we had an incident with a school bus. I'll let Sean tell the story since
Why
he's
me?
better read on it.
No, I'm
Because you
not.
read it today.
All right. Yeah. So what happened today, bitch? Well, I read it yesterday, motherfucker.
Yeah, it was yesterday, but you read it today.
No. So basically, a substitute bus driver was driving a route taking kids home from school, and it said that the school bus driver pulled up to a stop, was helping young kids off the bus. See, and the way it was written was fucked up. It said it was the substitute school bus driver was helping kids off the bus when the when the backup started. And I'm thinking, when the backup started, like, backup what? I guess they're referring to traffic. I'm not sure, but it said that.
Was this a school? A school board release.
No, this was a news,
Okay.
local news. I read it on Fox, and I also read it on the Patch, which the Patch is Bartow County local. But and both of them basically said the same exact fucking thing,
Copied and pasted?
almost word for word. But essentially, the bus driver and was telling other kids to not get off the bus yet while she was trying to help the younger kids off the bus. And then the bus driver and a parent got into it. So then the bus driver closed the doors and wasn't letting anybody off the bus. Well, then I guess the bus driver was going to drive off. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming for the fact that parents one of them parked their car in front of the bus, and then
In an intersection, a very busy intersection.
yes, and then a couple parents were standing in front of the bus, and the video I saw from the news had the kids coming out the emergency exit on the back of the bus. And when that was taking place, I could see an officer was standing there as well. But the video I seen on TikTok, whenever you brought it up to me, it was just a parent. You couldn't see the vehicle in front of the bus. You just seen a lady standing in front of the bus, and then you saw about 3 other ladies standing beside the bus, and these kids are coming out the fucking window. So I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck is going on that bus? Before I read that, before me and you talked, and then I read that. And I was just sitting here thinking, man, that's fucked up. Everything, the whole situation is garbage. I mean, just everything about it. Rumor was one of the parents were asked for ID from the bus driver, which is protocol. But however it goes, their knee-jerk reaction said someone from the school called authorities. So that's how police got involved. Someone from the school called the cops and sent them to the location. But their knee-jerk reaction was to suspend the bus driver until further investigation.
Yeah. And I'm sure she'll be let go.
Yeah.
Just to accommodate the parents.
Yeah. To try and calm the crowd.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Let's
So
hang the
stupid.
witch.
Yeah.
No, she didn't do anything wrong.
Right. She was following protocol,
Yeah.
so let's just do that.
She wasn't endangering the kids, yanking them out of the fucking windows in the intersection.
Right. And making them more upset by screaming and yelling and all that shit off the bus and
And I'm
beating
sure
on the windows.
the
and
driver's
glass.
probably traumatized because she's like, I don't know what the hell to do. Like,
Right.
I have no backup. Like,
I mean,
parents are yanking kids off my bus. What do I do?
right. So
That's a shitty situation for sure.
the whole thing, and those little kid. I mean, the little kids are going to be traumatized. The older kids are going to be punks towards authority now.
Yeah,
The
fuck y'all.
bus drivers. Fuck you. My mama will come get me off this bus. I don't care what you say.
I'll spit on you.
Yeah. So, and then the parents like, oh, this fucking bus driver motherfucker won't let my kids
There's
off
a bunch
the
of
bus.
ratchet ass people that live in an apartment complex.
It was.
And that place is known to be a shithole. It used to be a nice apartment complex back in the day.
I don't know which one it was, but I know.
I know
you do.
exactly where it's at. I pass by it on a regular, and it is a shithole now.
Yeah. But the problem is adults need to act like fucking adults. They could have handled that so much better. You ain't let my kid off the bus? Cool. Let me just call the cops. Cops get here. They'll
Yeah.
handle it.
Mhm.
Done. You gonna drive off with my kids? Fine. But it did say because the bus didn't move after that point.
Right.
So
it was barricaded with a parent's car, apparently.
yeah. Well, no, I'm saying even after the cops got there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the police got kids home. they transported the kids home. So because the parents
Wow.
calls, yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah. So the rest of the kids that did not get off at that stop and went to further stops, it did say that local PD took them home and ensured everyone got home and everyone was
Fucking
safe.
idiots.
Oh yeah. So, it just goes to
Way
show.
to go, parents.
Yeah, fucking idiots, man. So I don't know. I'll tell you this, man. Just society every day. It's surprising.
disappointing.
It's surprising me more and more.
It don't surprise me.
I'm blown away.
That's one of the reasons I don't watch the news.
How fucking stupid people can be, and how much dumber society is getting.
You gotta watch the movie Idiocracy.
Dude, I keep thinking about that shit, and I keep forgetting about it. There's one movie I do want to watch. I just seen a preview for it today. It's got the amazing. You keep throwing your phone down. That's one.
No, it's.
Oh, that was the chair?
Busted-ass chair you gave me.
Oh, I'm in the damn.
Yeah, he's King Tut's chair over here.
Fucking lazy boy over here.
Yeah, we got a taint massager built in.
What the fuck was it?
Taint
On the
massager?
line. On the line. It had the Amazing Racist on it. Mel Gibson.
Oh. Yeah.
But the movie's called On the Line. It just came out last year. You got to rent it. You can't even watch it for free yet.
Mm-mm.
I just seen a preview for it. It was pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to watch that.
I watched Top Gun finally.
Really?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, last weekend? Yeah,
So-
last weekend I watched it. It was pretty good.
Goose's son. Damn, knocking it out, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Oh, man.
But
Dude.
Val Kilmer, did we talk about this last time?
No, we didn't. But, dude,
Val Kilmer looks rough.
he looks fucking awful. But look how amazing Tom Cruise looks.
That motherfucker found the fountain of youth.
No, he didn't. He's fucking probably shooting up stem cells like a motherfucker.
I would be if I looked like that at his age.
That motherfucker's probably down at.
I think he aged better. Like he's like fucking fine wine, dude.
Right, he's got an
He's gotten
account.
better.
That motherfucker's got an account.
He's got Amazon Prime on fucking stem cell injections.
Right, I was gonna say he's got
Got a subscription. Comes every 2 weeks.
he's got an account at Planned Parenthood. Motherfucker walks in, he's like, "Yep, scan me. Yep, I'm good. All right."
All right.
Then
see
he
y'all in
walks
2
outside,
days.
and they're like, "Oh, it's Tom Cruise." He's like, "Yeah, go abort your baby, bitch,
Yeah.
please."
Here, I'll put one in you real quick. Come here.
Yeah, come here.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks. I'll use those later.
I'm a boy.
I'm a real boy. But yeah, man, it's fucked up. Just how those parents were acting. I mean, the sad part is, and it's what I try and tell my son. And we've talked about it. Your kids learn more from watching you than anything. I mean, no matter how much you tell them, how much you, whatever, they learn more from watching you and your actions and how you handle shit and react to shit.
How many cars have you totaled?
Me? Since my kids have been born?
Yeah.
None?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happened?
They're watching their Uncle James.
Yeah.
Rick James, bitch!
No, they'd be trading a car in every year if they were watching me.
Man. Yeah, between my two oldest sons, that's 5. But,
Damn.
yeah, I don't get
You
it.
got $500,000 in damages.
I don't get it, man. But yeah, so, and the used car market's still fucking through the roof. It's crazy.
It's a little better
It's
from at least the truck market because I just glanced at it today when I got here.
hell, truck prices are still. We were talking about that
They're
shit.
still high, but they're we'll say $2,000 lower.
Oh well, that's not enough.
That's not enough, I know, but it's one of those things.
Yeah, but
I don't see it going down anytime soon.
no.
Maybe towards the end of this year. Maybe manufacturing will catch back up to where there's not a giant demand. But if they just keep manufacturing the way it is, they can keep banking.
Yeah,
All they got to do is take a load of 30 trucks, put 2 out on the lot, and say those are sold. And like, hey, this is what we got. $10,000 over MSRP. Come on.
yeah, but the over MSRP is getting knocked in the dirt.
Oh, I saw one today actually for a Ford Lightning, which is the new electric version,
Right.
all electric. And I thought the trucks were like $90,000 new, but they're not. They're like 70,
Right,
which is still high as fuck.
right,
But I was like, cool, that's actually a little more acceptable in a way.
right.
And the guy was showing a sticker markup, and it said it was market correction was
Yeah.
$29,900,
Oh,
$30,000 for market corrections.
Hell yeah, so we're at 100.
Low jack was $795, which I thought all cars had low jack nowadays with OnStar or whatever
Well,
everybody's
that's
version of
Ford.
it is.
They get a charge.
Yeah, they got their own shit. And there was something else. Either way, it was how much was it?
I don't know.
$107,000
This is your story,
or some
bitch.
shit. $107,000 for a truck that was $72,000.
Wow.
And people have gotten away with it, but that's one of the things I think the manufacturer needs to step in.
Well, the manufacturers are stepping in because Ford is already talking about doing away with
talked about it,
dealerships.
but I think
This was just like a year or so ago they were talking about it because of all this crazy shit.
But I'm all for about making money, but they're just taking advantage of the situation.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the hospital situation during
Right.
COVID.
Well, and still the hospital situation.
Yeah, it's still there.
Still all fucked up.
Are they still getting federal money if I die from like
I'm sure.
a broke toe?
I'm
and
sure.
I have COVID in my system.
100% with this administration in office. Yeah, 100%.
Ah, you want to check? How much? Here it comes.
Got you. Got you, boo.
Here comes that Chinese money.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, I don't know. It's fucked up.
It's a fucked up situation.
All of it.
But I'm going to say something that you're not going to like.
Okay. This is the last podcast, Sean. I'm out, bitch.
Fuck Sean, by the way, first and foremost. No, so I went back and forth. Me and Sean went back and forth last year about some ideas about business. And obviously we discussed what his intentions are this year. And I wanted to talk about, I was just joking about, you know, like what I'm going to say about
I'm sitting here waiting.
You're like real hardcore and so like, I'm fucking waiting for a response.
I'm like
I was just
trying to
fucking with you.
process everything you're saying and put everything in.
Sean is going to start focusing more on his side hustle.
Fire.
And he won't burn you down inside of your church with a bunch of ammo inside of it.
No, I'm going to teach you how to use all that shit and fuck the ATF. All right, so hold on. Let me pause you real quick. Real quick.
And now for our sponsor, ATF.
Bagby, we're coming for you.
That's what I heard.
So anyways, I said I wanted to bring up Walmart. So before I forget about it,
Hurry.
I got called in
Right before I get into my story.
and told I did not make the meat manager position, but they're going to start grooming me
Yeah, like a puppy?
to fill that spot the next time it comes open.
Wow.
Yeah. And
I have the meats.
yeah. So whatever. Anyways, haha. I thought that was
The grooming part, I would have been like, what would that
grooming me
entail?
here.
Yeah.
No,
What would that entail? I was like, yes, you could, cross train me, whatever.
they're going to give me the option for cross training, so that I would be more prepared for it. Because the position I'm in now, I'm a little bit out of touch, and other people have it more advantage to
Touch.
to get in and do it, to make that position,
Mm-hmm.
versus me, who has all the experience, but I'm 5 years out of touch in the position I'm in now. So it's kind of cool and kind of like,
Maybe they saw how he's fucking up already. Like, maybe we should have hired Sean. Let's just not tell him yet.
no, actually, there's a big freeze on all that. I ain't going to get into all that, but yeah,
Okay,
there's
fuck you, Walmart.
political bullshit. So,
Bureaucratic shit at work.
yeah, bad. So last year we were talking
Yep. So
business.
back to my story since Sean's done with his.
Since I rudely interrupted.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get more into fire and get more
Nobody gives a
serious
fuck,
with it.
Sean.
And then I'm just trying to give you back where you left off.
I was good, Sean, if you would just shut the fuck up.
Yes, Daddy.
That button don't work. No, so Sean was throwing ideas at me about work-wise. Work was super slow for me. I finally did my taxes and got most of my taxes back, and it was as low as I thought it was as far as my income. And that's cool. That's fine. Sean was trying to steer me towards using what I had, which is what makes sense. And I agreed with him to a certain extent. But I wanted to branch myself out. I wanted to diversify myself. Big words. And I wanted to get away from the metal fab side, even though all that equipment's paid for. I know how to use it properly and make money with it. Except I'm not about making a couple dollars every month. Obviously it's more than that, but I like making large sums of money in short amount of time. Everybody does, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say. What
I think
the
everybody
fuck?
does, but especially with my time because I'm stretched thin between the house and family and everything else. And so I threw Sean the idea about starting a small grading company, and he was against it. Still probably is. And I am too, in an aspect because it was a large undertaking on my part, money financially wise, and that's something that I'm starting this year. Wife's supportive. Everybody I've talked to besides Sean's been supportive,
Yeah,
which
fuck
is
that
fine.
shit.
And Sean was like, "You just wait till next year. Wait till next year." And my wife was telling me that too, and I told him,
Oh, so it wasn't everybody except Sean.
"Yeah." But my wife is supportive with whatever I want to do at the end of the day. But she was trying to steer me towards waiting, which makes sense in a way. By all means, it made sense. But at the same time, I'm like, if I wait till next year, I feel like I'll miss my window
Pull the
because
trigger.
I'm a guy that likes to jump on things right away.
Yeah, like
When
my
I feel
dad.
confident about something, I just jump on that thing
Ride it out.
and go to town on it. So bought some equipment, and I'm going to be starting up a small grading, excavating, pipe laying company.
Oh yeah.
And mostly I want to get into mulching, land forestry mulching. But what I was going to say was Sean and Misty said, wait till next year, wait till next year. And I was worried about what would next year bring. I had the trend of work that was coming through my doors was steady, if you want to call it that. It was consistent, but it was consistently low. And that trend has been holding solid for about 2 months. And sure enough, the week the week after Christmas, I ended up buying equipment, got all that squared away. Now I'm working towards setting up LLC, doing it right, being legit. And sure enough, the first Monday of the fucking year, my phone rings and doesn't stop pretty much all day. And it did that for almost an entire week. And at that point, within those first few days of the year, I was booked out throughout the rest of the month. Now we're, 3/4 of the way through the month already, roughly. And I'm booked out towards the end of the month still, but I was like, God damn it. I'm like, Sean was right. Not right in the sense that I should have bought the tractor. He's like,
Just waiting.
waiting.
Yeah.
And me, I'm a very impatient prick, by all means.
No, but I mean, what changed too, though?
I
You
don't-
started posting on social media.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you have been.
I have been, yes, this year. We discussed it multiple times about being more active on it, and I was like,
I'm not talking about
And-
the sponsored shit because that was just like a week and a half ago. I'm talking about posting on social media.
right. But even between Christmas and New Year's, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, but it was after that.
The last job I had, which I shared on social media, was the second week of December. And the amount of calls,
And then
because
when-
I'm used to getting, we'll just
When'd
say,
you post the
a dozen
the
calls a
first,
week.
Yeah, when'd you post the first?
death trap.
Yeah.
I posted my first death trap. It was the first week of the New Year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's-
that week,
is
that
when,
Monday, that first Monday of the year, which was like the 3rd or 4th or whatever,
it's when you
my-
started blowing up, and then
Yeah, it
a
just
couple
started
days
blowing up.
later, you
and
started
it calmed
posting.
down, and then I posted, and then I did the sponsored shit,
Sponsored.
advertising,
Yeah.
and then my phone is consistently rang
Yeah.
almost every day, mostly spam. But I'm staying busy again,
Yeah.
which is fine. I'm making
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm super happy. All that shit. But I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, when am I gonna have time to? So tomorrow I'm working on getting all my paperwork situated, insurances, LLC started, all that crap to be legitimate. Also for my other company, I have to do a bunch of paperwork for that too. But it was one of those things. I'm like, this is the only. If I didn't buy that tractor, I'd probably fucking be like, where the hell is all this work going?
Right.
That's the only way it works.
Yeah. Usually.
If I didn't have this intention of starting a side gig, I would probably be sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I would have
Yeah.
got here at 2:00 today
Yeah.
instead of busting my ass all week and trying to get here.
Yeah. Buy dinner.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's funny how things like that work though.
It is.
And it's like,
And
you
I'm
know,
not complaining by any means, but
No.
I'm just like, really?
but I mean, you know, like I said, that shit could have went either way, and I could sit here and say I told you so.
Oh,
and
yeah.
But I mean, it's
And I want you to just for humor reasons.
no, not at all.
Because I told Missy immediately, like that second day it happened. I think I called you and
Yeah.
told you about it, and I told Missy, I said, I told her in other words, I was like, yeah. I said, Sean's waiting for this phone call to be made. I say, but yeah, motherfucker, I told you.
Yeah. Now, I mean, and that's what I told you on the phone. I could say it, and I'm not going to, but I told you so, bitch.
I got him. By the way, I quit. Fuck this place.
That's probably going to be so loud, me screaming in this fucking
Probably.
mic.
Blow some speakers out in their
Those
car.
fucking Taiwans are going to be like, this motherfucker, stupid
Me know
Americans.
Is that the same thing?
Dumbass round eyes. No, man, but I just, you know what I think is cool though. I know I already brought it up once, but I'm bringing it up again.
I get to call my brother-in-law when I need to borrow a tractor.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I knew that's where you were going. So that's it for this show, guys.
Is that more family is sharing shit. Kylie shared something with David's yesterday. Well, that was pretty fucking dope. Like, and we're not talking like, hey, share my shit.
Yeah.
But it's just more families doing it. I saw that today. Kylie shared it. I was like,
Cool.
good job. One of my kids is fucking semi-smart, not upstairs with a fucking concussion. Carter's gonna be like, I hate that motherfucker. I
got Down syndrome because of him. Is that how that works? You get hit in the head?
Yeah. But,
Scientific.
yeah. Anyways. Yeah, man. I think it was a good show.
Yeah.
I think we should.
So yeah, go like our pages.
Yeah. You want me
So-
to put a link to it?
Sure.
Okay.
Shade Tree Services.
Yeah.
LLC, soon to be. Completely legitimate. Got a decent amount of knowledge, tractor experience. I've been on equipment, and so have you, since we were teenagers for the most part.
Yeah. I fucked up one bad.
Yeah.
God, all right, so we got to tell that story.
All right. Tell us a story, Sean, about how you ruined.
A brand new fucking track loader.
And I got a story, too.
All right, so,
Mine's more impressive.
Yeah, but it's the same piece of equipment. That's
Almost.
what's funny.
It wasn't the same piece of equipment.
No, it wasn't the
brand.
same one.
Yeah.
Same brand, same model, same about everything.
Almost same county.
Yeah. So, was at the shop. We just got through doing a bunch of foundation work on some new houses we were building. So there was a lot of leftover sand and mortar and shit. So behind the shop was this drop off. It was like
It was like a ravine.
30-foot fucking drop. I mean, it was crazy. It was at an angle, but it was at a steep enough angle to where it was about to drop. And so he said, just scoop up, because the dump trucks just dumped it out on the ground. He said, just scoop that shit up and go back there and throw it out back. It's like, all right, cool. So I was going over there, scooping it up, coming back, dropping it, scooping. And I was on a New Holland loader with a regular bucket, but it was a track loader.
It was
So
like
it had
it was like an
tracks.
older 883.
Yeah. So anyways, so I'm like just fucking knocking this shit out. And one of the times when I came back, I had a bucket full of sand. Of sand. And whenever I come up to the edge, it's like I would raise it up about, a quarter of the way, a third of the way up. So it was about even with my chest, I guess. So enough to where I can flip the bucket all the way down and it would drop. And I don't know what happened when I was raising it up, and something stuck on the pedal, and it just kept going up. And by then I'm like, oh fuck. So I went to just barely back up, and as soon as I did, it tipped forward. And when it tipped forward, it was done. And I was trying to dump the bucket, and
Not fast enough.
yeah. So I mean, I was freak out moment,
Yeah.
Motherfucker rolled once all the way over forward, and then it flipped once all the way over sideways, and it stopped, and it had the grating, the mesh grating on the inside of the cage, and when I landed, that motherfucker was like So I reached up and turned the fucking key off, undid my seatbelt, got out. Fucking elbow was fucking just marred up from the cage. Nose was busted. I don't know what in the fuck I hit my nose on or what hit me in the nose. Yeah, maybe. But I had to climb up that hill, and climbing up the hill, I had to actually like grab the vines of all the shit to be able to walk up it because it was too steep. I got up to the top of the hill and pulled out my phone, called your dad. I was like, hey, yeah, hey, I just fucked up. So what is it? So I just flipped that motherfucker off the back of that hill. He's like, and I was shocked because I thought he was going to explode. He's like, are you okay? I said, I think so. He said, I'm turning around headed your way now. Okay. And I just sat there. Man, I had sand in every crevice of my fucking body, dude. And, yeah, it was rough. So the next day I got paid at the shop to straighten everything out because the whole cage was racked. It was fucking, so I like got chains, tied it to a tree and was like yanking it so it'd fucking bend the cage. I mean, the cage back. Beating metal straight on the fenders and shit, reattaching lights. Man, it was fucking crazy, dude.
Was I living here at that point?
No. It was when we did the foundation for Pryor Street.
Oh, I was here. I think
Were
I was
you?
here during summer break though. I think it was before I actually moved here.
Yeah, I think it was before you moved here. But it was when we got through with the block on Pryor Street.
The stolen block that I got arrested for?
We did 3 houses there. We did the 2 up front and then the one in the back. Yeah. So the one in the back was already done, and it was right after we got through with the 2 blocks out front.
Some of the shit we've done.
Oh, man.
I won't tell my story. We'll save it for another day.
Okay.
Make it interesting. That, and I gotta get the kids home.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be suspensefully waiting.
Everybody's waiting for my story of fucking up a brand new tractor with 50 hours on it. I totaled that bitch out.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear it, you gotta come back.
Yep. Well, that's a good teaser. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
We're waiting on the
Keep
2 other
listening.
continents to tune in.
Chip in. We accept Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Doge. Doggy coin. That's what I called it at
What
first.
about Shiba, bitch?
I don't know about that shit.
All right. So, anyways, all bullshit aside, I'll put the email in there again so people can answer your question as to why in the fuck they listen to us. And I'll also put a link to Shade Tree on there.
Yep.
And I'll put a link to Fire.
Yep. Send all your spam messages there.
To Shade Tree.
Yeah. I've already gotten a few.
All right, brother. Good show.
See you, man. See y'all. Bye.